Hi, I'm Craig and welcome back to Making Paradise. We're starting a new project today. It's going to take us a long time, go into next spring to get it actually finished, but there are things we have to do now so we can finish some other areas out here. We've been talking about building a koi and goldfish pond. We have this area that we originally dug down to create a place for water drainage to come off of the house and off of the driveway. So we cut it down. We built a wall on one side, faces due south. We planted figs up against it. This past month, we've been building a rock wall parallel to that, created a sunken area. We've dug out the ground in front of that. It's very heavy clay, a lot of rocks in it, not suitable for planting. We've replaced that with topsoil. It's firmed up now where I can drive the tractor over it. It'll come compact back down, but we can till that back up once we finish this. But now we're going to start working on putting in the koi pond. Part of this area up against the wall will still get a lot of water drainage into it off of the house, channeling off of the driveway. So it's going to be moisture soil. It'll be more bog plants. Other parts of the beds will get into drier plants. I sat down the other day and ordered materials I need to put a koi pond over here. And for this area, I'm going to need a liner, underlayment, pumps, returns, everything like that. My original plan when I started thinking about a koi pond here was that we would have an intake on one side of the pond. There would be a return little fountain or something sprinkling water back into the pond. But as I started looking at the size liner I wanted, it turned out it was a lot cheaper to buy a kit already put together. Well, the kit we're buying will be delivered next week, has a waterfall weir on it. And so we started looking at this area and we're going to have to modify it to put a waterfall in here. When we built the rock wall, we have a rock wall along the driveway, meets in a corner with the other rock wall that's a retaining wall. There'll be a bed back behind there. These large rocks, I'll be able to pull up with the backhoe. Instead of trying to lift them, I'll be able to roll them up because I packed dirt back behind them. Once they're up, I'll pile dirt here, create a slope going down to the pond. We'll create a stream down through here, get the waterfall in place later on, and then place rocks again to make it look realistic with the water going around rocks. The koi pond, I've kind of staked out the area that the pond will fit in. The liner I'm getting is 25 by 30. I'm going to make this about 3.5 feet deep. So you need to have enough liner to go down to the bottom of the pond and then come up the sides. So with a 25-foot wide liner, I can probably put about a 17-foot wide pond here. So I've actually staked out about 16 feet just to get a feel for what the pond would look like, the area that I can use for that. We're going to take a 10 by 15 foot liner and seam it together to that larger liner, extend it up under that waterfall so the water will flow down a little stream into the pond here. We're going to take another smaller liner, an 8 by 10 liner, and come off at an angle, seam it in, and we'll have a little pump over here that will feed to this old hand pump that was my grandparents' hand pump. So there'll be a fountain on this end of the pond. This pump will have a continuous pump, fountain pump connected to it, so water will always run. The handle will move up and down, but it really won't affect anything with how the water flows out of it. So right now, I kind of have the area laid out where I want things just to see how it feels, make sure it looks right in the area. I did some measurements out here this morning. I have about a foot of elevation change from this side of where the pond is to this side where the bog garden will be. First, I have to cut all this dirt out of here, take it down, level it out. That's going to take probably a week just to get this level. Once that's done, then I'll start digging the pond itself. When it's level, I'll lay things out again, figure out where I want to have some planting beds, make sure I have those dug. With the rock walls here, I'm going to have to do all my excavating with the tractor and take the dirt out between the walls without being able to move things easily. So I'm going to have to work from one edge back progressively.